Everybody, hi, we are here again. Oops, yes, indeed. We are here. A lot of things happening. We are here again on another episode of the Question Live Show. With yours truly, the one and only Verona Willis-Brown. Yep, that is moi. I am your host of this show. The Question Live Show brought to you by Are You Free Enough platform. Yes, indeed, we have created this platform just for you to come on in here with your work in progress, your story, headline, spotlight, all that stuff. This was created just for you. So we could come on in, build together, grow together, and support each other. Often that we go through life and we don't get supported in as much that we believe we deserve. So guess what happened when we put this platform together? I had you in mind to say, listen, for those of you out there who felt as if you were stuck in a corner, for those of you who are out there right now who feel like nobody sees you, I want to let you know, I see you. I see you. I welcome you. I want you to come on in here, feel at home, grab a seat, and just feel at home. Grab yourself something to drink and feel at home. Because that's what we do up in here. We come on up in here and we show support one way or the other. Oftentimes, when we hear the word support, we're thinking of money, monetary support. But monetary support is the only support that we require or we give. We give information, we give our time, we give our talents, we give our gift, and we give of our love. Support comes in so many different ways. And when we say support me, it could be an encouraging word, it could be a empowering word, an empowering session. So when we say support, we are not only going to the conclusion of giving monetary gifts. We got to understand this, okay? So once we have this concept that support is not only about you showing up, giving me money, or you showing up and I give you money. No, support means you come here, I acknowledge your presence. You're like, hey, I see you on live. I encourage you to like keep on going. Give one word of encouragement. Good job, right? Support simply means that you come on in here, you probably share the live. That is support. Support is a sharing thing. I share my smile with you. I share my time with you. I share my information with you. That is support. I call you up. I see what you're doing. I'm here to support you. So when you come on in here, just know that it is vice versa. You support me, I support you, and we stand together as a family. Right? Family is not only your biological siblings or your children or your mama, but family simply means it is how you show up. It's the loyalty, the respect that you give to each other. That's family. Family simply means that I see you over there and I acknowledge your presence, right? So, and I welcome you in my home. That is so family. Family simply means I could go around the world, and guess what? When I go around the world, I fall into your biological family. Why? Because I give respect and I deserve respect. It is not give forget, but it is what we were created to do. It's not because, oh, I do unto others as I want others to do unto me. We hear this over and over. Do unto others as you want them to do unto you. No, for me, that philosophy is through the window, through the door. I do unto others that which I was created to do, and that is to love on each other, to stand with each other, support each other, to be caring to each other. We are going in the world right now. The world needs somebody to care for them, and we need people to share and care. So no, it's not do unto others what you want them to do unto you. No, absolutely not. God created each and every one of us to do a thing, to fulfill our purpose on this land. And our purpose on this earth is to replenish the earth. Replenishing the earth does not mean you go and reproduce and have a child, a biological child. It simply means that we tap into our gifts, into our talent, into our potential, into our expectation, our goals, our dreams, our vision, and we come and we find and we align ourselves with each other and we create something. Something that's going to benefit us as we're here today, or something going to benefit the next generation coming in that they should see a path that they should be willing to walk on. So many times we see paths, we don't want to walk on those paths. But listen, we want to create paths that when the next generation come forward, they're coming in a path that's a little bit smoother. We're not just not creating a path for them. We're not making life just every day like they don't do nothing. We are creating a path that is a little bit easier, a little bit less bump and scratch and bruises. Somebody paved the way for us. Absolutely. Somebody paved the way for us. And I talk about this before that I like to talk about Oprah Winfrey. I talk about her here over and over and over. Why? Because as I go along, you're going to hear the reason why. Because I look up to her. I salute her because of what she have done. She have paved the way. Yes, she have paved the way for somebody like me to show up. She have paved the way for somebody like Sherry Shepherd. She have paved the way for somebody like Jennifer Hudson. She have paved the way. And if she have paved the way, I personally want to say thank you. I say thank you to Oprah Winfrey because she have paved the way. I've watched the Oprah Winfrey show for so many years. And I'm like, oh my God, I didn't want to be like Oprah. Sometimes you hear people like, I want to be like you. I've never wanted to be like Oprah. I just wanted to know, Oprah, can you give me some information of how you got on that side of the screen? How is it that I am watching you over there? That's all I wanted. I didn't want to be like Oprah. Why would I want to be like Oprah? Oprah is Oprah. Oprah was created to be Oprah. I was created to be Verona Willis-Brown, right? I was created to be me, but I want to learn something from her. And I still want to learn something from Oprah. Of course, I still want to learn something from Oprah. I learned and I still want to learn. Why? Because I am a student and a teacher at the same time. So I always show up with the intention and expectation to learn something. So when I learn something, I share it with you. We hear this before. Knowledge is power. Again, I throw that through the door. Knowledge is only power when we acquire it and apply it or share it. Because now we put it together and we become powerful because that is how we replenish the earth. We replenish the earth with the power from that knowledge. Do you think somebody created the light because? No. Thomas Edison did not just create the light because. He created the light because he was powerful. And there was somebody else that ignite that power within him for him to create light. Ta-da! There we go. And there was light. Why? Now we are using the same example. What you have, get somebody to ignite it, and what we grow together. So with that said, I want to say to you, welcome to another episode of the Question Live Show. Yeah, I might ask a question. Of course, it's the Question Live Show. I might ask you a question, and I please expect you to answer me. Or you might want to ask me a question, and of course, I will answer you. So let me take this moment to say welcome to you if you are new. Absolutely new. If you are new on this channel, new. You never heard of the Question Live Show before. You never heard of the Are You Free Enough platform before. And of course, you never heard of moi, Verona Willis-Brown. I say to you, you are new here. And because you are new here, I welcome you. I get excited when somebody show up and they knew whether you subscribe to the channel, whether you're watching the live, whether you watch a replay, whether you watch a short, whatever the case, and you got on this space, you are new. And I welcome you so very much. I love on you. I give you all the attention when you are new. So because you are new, I want to introduce myself. You see, I like to introduce myself at every episode because I don't know if you are new. So if you are new, I ask you right now, put your name in the comment section or just wave to me. Put first timer, wave to me because I would like to acknowledge your presence. Oftentimes we go through life and we don't get acknowledged. We get accepted. I accept you. Yeah. But we don't get acknowledged. When we get acknowledged, it simply means that somebody say, I see you. I see you. Everybody want to be seen. So when you come on in here as a first time, don't be in the back just sitting or by the door peeping in or by the window peeping in. Come on in the space, grab a seat, and so I can acknowledge you. So let me introduce myself to you, newbies. My name again, right there, it says Verona Willis-Brown. I am a native of the most beautiful place in the world. And I mean, absolutely in the world. It is not a country, it is a small island called Jamaica. And it is the most beautiful place in the world with the most beautiful people. So, yes, indeed, I like to shop and represent my little island. Yep, we come with a vibe, we come with an energy, we come with love. You hear it? One love, that, yeah, from Jamaica. So let me tell you something, a little bit more about me. I am a farmer's daughter. I like to show up very, very proud being a farmer's daughter. My parents were dedicated, committed farmers. Yes, indeed. So I talk about my parents at all time. It is my pleasure to talk about my parents at all time. It is my pleasure to carry my parents' legacy at all time. I am glad that God chose me to carry their legacy. So let me tell you something. I talk about my parents being very, very proud to be considered a farmer's daughter. Now, I like to talk about a farmer's daughter. Why? I like to talk about my farmer's background because I go back into my farmer's background and I come and I use the analogy of a seed. Why? Because my parents planted a seed or they planted a grain and they planted it on fertile ground and they watched it grow into something. Maybe it grew up in a nice sturdy tree and the tree start to have branches and so forth, leaves, and then it start bearing fruits. And then guess what has as a result of that? I would get the opportunity to go outside and grab me a fruit. Yes, indeed. Or there are very rare fruit that grow in the ground like strawberry. I get to go in the ground and I get me a nice big strawberry. Oh my God. Or I get some food that they planted, like some corn, some potatoes, some pumpkin, all that good stuff. And I will get it fresh from the ground. So I use the analogy or I use the concept and I apply it here. Why? Because everything that we do in life is about planting a seed. It's about planting a seed or a grain on fertile ground and watch it grow. So whatever seed we plant, whether we plant negative seed or positive seed, it will grow into something. So I encourage you to plant positive seed at all times. Things will go around and it'll come right back to you. Whatever you plant, it will turn around and it will come back to you. You will be rewarded one way or the other. So again, I encourage you to do your very best to plant positive seed. Well, my parents, they planted a seed. My daddy did. He planted a seed. Ding, 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 ding. And they produce me. Yes, indeed. They produce me. And now I am bearing fruits for you good people that show up here almost every day that we're here. Okay? For all of you who subscribe. This is what I am doing. I'm replenishing the earth because my daddy, with his strong self, he planted a seed. My mama like, woo-wee. And here comes this lovely lady, your host, right? So here I come now, being your host, producing seed. So let us plant good seeds so we can reap the benefit. Right now, we are in season 12 of this show, and it's a season of birthing. Let us start birthing our purposes. Let us start birthing our gifts, our dreams, and our vision. Let us get into the habit of working on fertile ground to produce. Another good thing about my background, is I came from a huge family. When I say huge family, I'm talking about huge. Yes, indeed. Very huge. Huger than huge family, indeed. I think my family was the biggest family in the community. But beside the point, I came from a huge family. So when you show up in here brand new, you are now a part of my family. I now adopted you as the new person of the family. I get excited for babies. So you are now considered the new baby of the family. So you are going to get all the attention, all the love, all the gifts, all the goodness, right? You get all of that. So I welcome you. I welcome you. As I go along, you might hear me talk more about my family because what? I do have the permission to talk about my. Yes, I do. Now, for those of you who are tuning in for the second, third, fourth, anytime after the first, you are a returning audience. And if you are a returning audience, listen to me. I welcome you. I do. I welcome you because you know when you show up, I show up, we show up together, and what? We ignite each other and we create a whole galaxy of greatness. Great impact from our hand, our heart, and our feet. We are not here to impress anybody. We are here to impact lives. If we can inspire one person at a time, that is my mantra, inspire one person at a time. But the whole concept is to impact the masses. So whatever way we're going to do that, we are going to do it together. Listen to me. Whether you are new or you are a returning audience, I want to say to you, we are all on a journey called life. Yes, we are. And incorrectly, yes, we is. Okay, but we like to do correct things over here. We are all on a journey called life. And on that journey, you will find different paths. Your path may cross with mine and mine cross with you. Wherever we meet somebody, that is our path crossing together. It is not coincidence. It is divinely connection that we are in line with somebody else above us. When we are divinely connected, it is an opportunity to work together. Now listen to me here, okay? Come on in here and listen to me very closely. Whatever the journey that we are on, whatever path that we cross, we all want to have a success story. Yeah. We all want to have a success story. A baby that was born right in this moment came in with an intention to be successful. It is in our DNA to be successful. It is piled up in us to be successful. But let me tell you something. Success is have so many different definitions. Your success might be different from mine. The way you define success might not be the way I define success. But beside the point, what is the main thing about success? Nobody. Mm-mm. Let me inform you or remind you, nobody. Absolutely nobody cannot succeed by themselves. You need me, I need you, you need somebody else. Everybody needs somebody else to have a success story. Uh-huh. Listen. Whether you are the prime minister, the president, the vice president, the mayor, the governor, the teacher, the lawyer, the doctor, Indian chief, whoever you are, you could be a patient or a student or a teacher. Mechanic, it doesn't matter what position you find yourself in. The fact of the matter that you did not get there by yourself, or if you are trying, if you are working, because I don't like to use the word try because that sounds so weak. If you're working towards achieving some form of goal, you cannot get there by yourself. If you're working towards achieving a position, you cannot get there by yourself. So the main message that we give on this platform is that we need to come together so we can work together, so we can build a community together, so we can build a better world together. The point is success. If you look at the word success, it defined by us, okay? If you look at the word success, you will see that somewhere in that word, turning the first two letters backwards, it says us, right? If you didn't know that, write it down and you see what I'm saying. To succeed, to be successful, any of those words, it is us working together. So we need each other. The more we work together is the stronger we will be. And the stronger we will be is the stronger we will grow together. So when I succeed, guess what's going to happen to you? You are going to succeed too. So it's not that I am going to succeed and leave you behind. No. So wherever you find yourself on the ladder of success, please, I encourage you to stretch even a finger and help somebody to define their success story. Again, everybody defines success in a different light. Your success might be in the amount of materialistic things that you gather. Mine might just be I allow somebody to smile a little bit. It might be I gave somebody a bottle of water every day. You might be out sitting on the street with somebody that's hopeless. So my success story is not yours, but everybody got a story. Everybody got a story, and everybody have the opportunity to show up and define success. And once you are looking at me right now or you're listening to me, once you are awake, you have the opportunity because what? God chose to wake you up. God chose to wake us up and God chose to put us in the path to cross with somebody else. We didn't create that by ourselves. So yeah. So with that said, let us get into it. Let us get into it. Let me tell you something. On the show, we use F words. Yes, we do. We use F word on the show. If you don't want to hear the F word, the door is right there. Don't go through the window. Just kindly open the door and go through the door. Go through the door because we like to use F word over here. And listen, I personally, I use them. I use them whether I say them or whether I apply them. I use them. I use them just about every day. So what's the big deal? It's my language. I use them. Right? So first one, let me tell you, I have three that I use like frequently. I do. I use three F words frequently. And there goes as follows. The first one that I use is faith. Yes, indeed. Faith is the first F word I love to use. Whether I say it or apply it, I get it going on this show. I get it going on in my entire life. It is the faith that I had that was a bit shaky that allowed me to come on up in here and be your host. Yes, indeed. Let me tell you something. If you never heard the story before that, how much I was going back and forth debating with God about starting this platform, Lord knows. Then I'm like, oh, never mind. That is why I was watching Oprah Winfrey. I had a dream, honey. I had a dream to come on up in here and encourage at least one person. So I use faith all the time. Listen to me. It is faith that will allow your prayer to be answered. It's not about the long prayer or the big words that you use. It's faith. The next word that I like to use, the next F word, is family. You heard I talk about my family being huge. Yes, come on now. When I say huge, I mean use. But seriously, come on in here. Let me tell you something about my family. I do have the permission to talk about my family. So yes, indeed, I will talk about my family as I go along in this show. Yep. But the first thing I want to tell you about my family, that they're very huge. I mean, we successful people. We do a lot of things going on up in my family. All of them define success in their own way. But let me tell you something what I like to talk about my family, because every single month we got birthdays. Birthday 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 5 birthdays. We do have birthday literally from January 1st all the way to December. So what happened? We have a birthday thing going on, right? That's birthday thing going on. So yes, indeed, every single year we have graduation. I mean, whether you're graduating from university or pre-K, we have graduation. So yes, we come together. We have a whole thing going on. No. Right? So if you know a part of this family, you let us know what is happening with you because you're a part of this family now. And that will lead me to my other F word, which is fun. We like to have fun up in here. So let me tell you something. When we talk about fun, we say, woo! We come on up in here and we celebrate. Let me tell you something. We do some celebration up in here. Whether it is your birthday, your anniversary, your boo's birthday, your children's birthday, your neighbor's birthday, neighbor's anniversary, somebody's birthday, maybe your sibling, somebody, family member birthday, we like for you to put in the comment section so we can celebrate with you. Whether it is your anniversary, whether you found that you're having a baby, whether you had a baby, whether you got proposed to, whether you got married, whether you met a boo, you develop yourself a little bit more. You wrote a book. You have the first attempt to write a book. Family and friends, let me tell you something. We come on up in here and I ask you to put it in the comment section. Let me spotlight you. And what? I get my cheerleading squad and we celebrate with you. Yes, I do have a cheerleading squad because my hands ain't going to do all of that. So we like to come on up in here and we celebrate your greatness. Because when we celebrate each other, it is a form of support. You didn't know? No, you know. That when we celebrate each other, including ourselves, it is a form of support. So listen to me. I celebrate myself. I'm like, girl, I see you, girl. I see you showing up. Go ahead, girl, with your bad self. I talk to myself. You know, they tell you don't talk to yourself. Talk to yourself. It's called self-talk. Have the most positive talk to yourself. Stop in the mirror like, girl, is that you? Guy, is that you? Hey, boy, that you looking at me? Yes. Talk to yourself. We must learn to address ourselves before we can address anybody. Align yourself up with God so you can work with each other. Right? So listen, with that said, I want to say to you, we like to welcome you to another episode of the Question Live Show. This is where we're going to talk about what? Planning. Who is the best event planner you know out there? But before we do all of that, I want to go inside of the audience and I want to welcome anyone that's sitting there. If you are watching me right now and you are not putting in the comment section that you are present, that you are here, like greet me, say hi to me. Let me tell you what is going to happen. I'm not going to acknowledge you because I don't know that you are present. It's like going to school and you are just sitting there and the teacher don't even know that you're there. Or you at the school gate and nobody know that you're there, but you're like, I was present. No, you was not. Now you're going to be marked absent. It's the same concept apply over here. Don't just come peep to the window or knock on the door. Come on in this room. This is a space for you. It is a safe space with full of love. So come on in. So let me go on up in here. I see our VIP Cheryl is in the house. VIP Cheryl. Yes, I said VIP because VIP is a word. It is a position that was given to Cheryl and a few others. Why was it given? Because they had an intention. They came in to support this channel. And not only they came in to support this channel, but what they did, they came with an intention and expectation and their goals. And what happened? They took action. So when they took action, what is going to happen? Oh, I still got to change Cheryl's name. When they show up, they took action, because when you show up with intention and don't take action, you're not going to earn a badge of a VIP. You want to earn a badge of a VIP. So Cheryl came in and she took action. And what is happening? She got the badge of a VIP. So welcome, VIP Cheryl. Yes, indeed. So if you are watching this channel, if you've been on this channel, if you have subscribed to this channel, and you have not show up in the live chat to let me know that you are present in my home, then I won't, you're just there. You're just there, okay? So you gotta show up. You gotta earn your spot of a VIP. So what? When you earn your spot of a VIP, no, we solid family. We solid as a rock, they say. But let me tell you something before we go into the real planner manual, right? Before we go into that, a lot of things been happening in the news this week. A lot of things been happening in the news this week. We had some deaths, we had Frankie Beverly, and then we had Tito Jackson, and then we had who else we had that died? We had like 3 deaths. And somebody else. I just don't remember at this point. But we had deaths, and then today, within yesterday to today news, we had breaking news that Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, or whatever y'all want to call him, he got arrested. Okay, he got arrested. My Lord. So he got arrested yesterday, and because he got arrested yesterday, today everybody was just like up, waiting for an update of what was going to happen to P. Diddy. And today the charges came in, like charges, like indictment, like 24 hours, less than 24 hours. Bam, 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 like charges, like, oh my God, like, whoa, who's the ballerina girl? Cherry, what is the ballerina girl? So a lot of things just been happening, and I'm like, oh, Lord of mercy. Yeah, so unfortunately, this is happening right about now, and unfortunately, there's a young baby that's not gonna have a daddy. So we pray for the baby. Yeah. We say a prayer for the baby. So with that said, Cheryl, you put up ballerina girl. What is the ballerina? Whatever the ballerina girl is. We're going to talk about the real planner manual, right? Every time we are doing something, we need somebody to plan for us. We need effective planner, event planner. Maybe you're having a wedding, a bridal shower, baby shower, birthday party, such and such and such and forth. You want to have a planner. Sharon, what are you talking about? Michelle, the prince. Girl, what are you talking about over there? Who's Michaela? Michaela the prince. What about her? No. That's not the person that died. Are you talking about that person that died? No. It's not. Who's Michaela? Oh, she's from the ballerina girl? No, somebody else died this week. Last week. I forgot who it was, but it's like 3. I tell you who it is. No, Michaela. You're talking about Michaela. No, it wasn't Michaela thing that we're talking about. Somebody else. Somebody else checked out. Okay, somebody has checked out. I'm trying to remember who was the first person that checked out was not Tito Frankie Beverly. Oh, so it's Frankie Beverly. Okay, so Frankie Beverly and Tito Jackson. Yeah. Oh, you said she's a ballerina. She died this week. Oh, the ballerina girl. Okay. So we had Frankie Beverly and Tito Jackson from the Jackson 5. So we said, all right, so their time was up. So you see, it is very important that we understand that we don't know our time, but there is a real planner manual. And it is sitting there, and the only person that can give you the real planner manual is God. God gave the real planner manual. It's like, hello, the moment you are born, death is next to you. Real talk. Just real talk. Real talk. The moment you are born, the moment of death is next to you. Your death day is right there. So somewhere there is a space, right? There is a space. There's a space right there. VIP Athena is in the house. So let me tell you, so the moment you are born, right next to you, right next to your birthday, there is a death day, right? There's a death day right there, and we just don't know when that is. So there's a gap between, there's a little dash, right? So every single time, what we have to remember that there is a planner. We have the ultimate, the real planner in place, and that is the creator. The one who created us is the real planner for us, right? And when we get the real planner, what we're going to understand, that manual, when we talk about a manual, we talk about having something like this, with pages. We're familiar with planner. We are familiar with the planner. We have a book. We have a planner. We got to write the dates. We got to write what we are doing tomorrow. We got to write what we are doing next week, maybe next month. Somebody invite us somewhere. We got to, some next year. We got to write that down, right? We got to write that down. So when we are planning something, the real planner is the Bible. The Bible goes from A to Z, no matter what we have done. It is the planner. Live your life. And the real planner is God. The real planner is God. Because when God is planning, God says, listen, I'm going to create you. Right? God, like, I'm the planner. I'm going to plan this whole thing. I'm going to create. And God sit there and God's like, okay, now I want to create Theta. And he found some generations from wherever, okay, from way back when, over a long time ago. He planned all the, when we talk about generations, right? No matter how many generations we count, we could count from 19 whole long. It doesn't matter the amount of generation that we could count. But when we talking about now, we are trickling from generation because the real event planner, the real planner of our life came from generations all the way to now. When they found our parents, they're like, hey, the event planner, which is God, it is the event planner saying, listen, I plan this man, this woman. I'm gonna put it together. I know I got I got Peter, I got Sharon, I got Verona. Hey, look at those parents. So the real planner manual is the Bible, the best book to read at all times. It doesn't matter what book. You could be an author 50,000 times. Let me tell you something. The manual came from the Bible. The real original planner is the Bible. You cannot live without it. It doesn't matter how many books that somebody like, oh yeah, I published an inspirational book. I published a self-help book. They got the inspiration from the original planner manual, which is the Bible. You cannot live without it. You must have it inside of you. Let me tell you something. It is said. It is written. It is life. It is your life. It's what you're supposed to be feeding on every single day. Whether you find one section or whether you find 10. Let me tell you something. If you find one page in the manual, it's just like having a book. The manual is a book. It's a pamphlet. It's something. You find one page in there and you find a section, get in that section and read that section. And when you read that section, what is going to happen? That section is going to give you life. Like Cheryl just said it. It's going to feed you. But it's the one thing what God says. God has a plan for each and every one of us. And every time, from the moment he formed us, before he even formed us in our mama's womb, let me tell you something. I told you, I love to talk about myself. I love to talk about myself. Why? Because nobody cannot talk about me more than me. I love to talk about me. Let me tell you something. We as parents, as mothers, let's say, because we women, we are giver of life. Okay? We are giver of life. And let me tell you something. When I got pregnant with my daughter, I found it to be the most fascinating thing. Right? It was the most fascinating thing for me because I wanted, it's like I was so curious to see inside of me. Right? Anybody can relate? I wanted any mothers out there. I was so curious to see inside, like my inside needs to be on the outside. Anybody getting what I'm saying? Like my inside with this baby needed to be on the outside because I knew the moment when I was pregnant. Anybody can relate? I knew the exact moment I got pregnant. And I'm like, oh my God, like there's going to be a baby inside of my womb. Like, my goodness. There's going to be a baby inside of my belly, inside of my body. I wanted to see the entire view of what is going on inside of me. So, because I did not have the capacity to see the entire evolution that's taking place inside of me, right? And all of that, right? I was sitting there like, oh my God, like, what is this baby doing? What is this baby going to look like? Is baby going to have this? Is baby going to have that? Right? So I was so curious. And I'm like, oh my God. So if I have a baby, that means the baby's going to look like me. The baby's going to have my fingers, all these things, right? So I like sit there, I'm like, oh my God. But anybody remember the show? As I was so curious, they did a show because I was waiting to see this baby. I was waiting to see what I was giving birth to. And I got so anxious and so excited. Like, I mean, so many thoughts. Like, you're confused, you're anxious, you're excited. A lot of things was just happening. And they did a movie. Anybody remember this movie? They did a movie, Baby Talk. I think like Baby Talk or something. What's it called? Baby Talk? I think it was Baby Talk. Can Baby Talk or Baby Talk? But what was happening? They did a movie that showed the reproduction of a child. And they did the camera and show from the inside, from the time reproduction started, and watch the baby grow. And the baby was talking, the baby was moving, the baby was sucking thumb. And oh my God, I am so amazed by this manual called the Bible that God said, I give you life. And let me tell you, I am so amazed by life. I am so amazed by this conception. No matter who you are and you are pregnant, I get so excited to know that that news is coming, that there's a life building inside of you. So we give birth to little human beings. So I get so excited. So when I got so excited to give birth to this child, Lord of mercy, I'm like, oh my God, it's there. And when I saw the movie, I was like, ooh, this is what happening. Ooh, these are the things that take place in your body. Women, let me tell you something. I salute you, right? So yes, indeed, that's right, Cheryl. This is what happened. This is the manual. The manual state this. And when we start getting this concept, we will start live in a better perception of what life is. And we will get to embrace life because the real manual says this right there. It's on the screen. For I know the plans. Not plan, because plan means one thing. The plans simply mean there are more plans for us. There are plans pluralized in their body. I was never good in math, but let me tell you, I get to embrace math now. I get to learn, embrace what math is all about. Because you see, we gotta be fruitful and multiply. Multiply is the key word. But listen, the manual says, for I know the plans I have for you, Sharon, for you, Theta, for you, Verona, and for those of you who are watching. I know the plans I have for you. Declare the Lord. Who is the Lord? The Lord is the creator of all of us. The creator even of the tree, the sea, the land, the fishes, the birds, the butterfly, the creator. Okay? Plans. No, listen, no, come on in here, because now we want to talk about what is in the manual. Let's talk about what is in the manual, okay? What is in the manual? The real planning manual states this, okay? Come on in the room. The manual says, come on, write this down. Come on in here, because when you write this down, I want you to read it to yourself so it could saturate who you really are and what are the plans when you woke up this morning. Because it was not the alarm clock that woke you up. It was not the dog barking that woke you up. It is the creator of you. Because what happened now? No, we are co-creator of God. He said, I know the plan I have for you. Why? Because now you are in my image. And because you are in the image, just the way I said, ooh, I have a baby inside of me. My baby came in my image. So now I feel like I have to plan for my baby. I got to plan what I'm going to feed her. I got to plan how she's going to go to school. I got to plan what I'm going to dress her. I got to plan for my baby. But before she got here, I had to plan what is going to take place. So when we plan before the vision is manifested, what is going to happen? It will align with this that we have on the screen. The plans to prosper. Hello, somebody. The plan to prosper. Plans to prosper. Simply mean prosperity is where? In our DNA. We were not born to be in poverty. We were not born to be poor. We were not born to suffer, to strain, to struggle. We were born to prosper. Just like a tree by the rivers of water. When the water keep on bouncing it keep on springing up. Just like a flower, you keep on watering it will grow up and bear fruit. Just like a flower, it keep on growing, it's going to prosper. Why? Because we are tending to the plants. Let me tell you something, if you have plants in the house and you attend to those plants, it is going to prosper. And what did the manual says? The manual says, plans for you to prosper. So it sees right there, plan to prosper you, right? So I'm going to make you prosper, but you got to come and read this manual. You got to be with the manual. You got to stay with the manual. You got to believe what the manual says. So plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Your creator cannot harm you. Therefore, anything that's coming to harm you, your creator is responsible for you. So any harm, it is not from the creator. Any harm, it is from a different source. But God himself, the Lord himself, who has formed us before time, who knew us before we got placed in that little socket in the womb called the womb. The woman, womb, you see, woman, almost the same thing. The socket that put us in here. That's why we as women are life bearers, because we carry a womb to bring forth life. And what it says again, Sharon, it says, not to harm you, but what it says, plans to give you hope. When we have hope, people, that simply means that we have an expectation to get something. We all have dreams and vision. And because we all have dreams and vision and expectations and goals, now when we have hope that our very dreams will come to reality, what is going to happen? We are going to prosper. Because as you can see at the beginning, it says, plans to prosper you. Now, here at the end, it's saying, plans to give you hope and a future. Simple mean when we are saying, what's my future? Simple mean when we are reading this manual, there is a future in store for us. But that future is only when we read the manual, believe in the manual, accept the manual, and run with the manual, right? And for us to get hope and be in the future, we want to have good health. Prosper and be in good health, right? We want to have good health. So as you can see, there are like 4 things that's listed right here in this manual. Just this section alone, we did not even get anywhere because you could pick somewhere else in the manual. But I'm so glad that Cheryl put this up here because somebody sent this to me right before I went on live. Somebody sent me the same scripture because if you listen to my shorts in the morning, we do a gratitude shorts in the morning. And this morning was me asking the question, do you know the plans that God has for you? And right before I got on here, somebody sent me this section of the manual to say, Jeremiah 29, verse 11. That is why I know what God's plan is for my life. And here comes Cheryl. I didn't tell this to Cheryl. Here comes Cheryl, divinely confirmed, right here, the plan. So let us go over the real planner manual. Again, this is only one portion of the manual. Everyone has the opportunity to go through the manual, find a page or 2 or 3, find a section like this and take it in and personalize it to yourself. When we personalize something, it is stamped for us. It is not Cheryl's. It is not Theta. It is not everybody is personalized. I mean, you stamp it onto yourself. When we personalize something, no, it is ours individually. So when we go in here and we say, listen to me here now, people. The manual says that God, the creator of us all, saying that I have a plan for you. So what I would ask you to do with this, because we are highlighting this, because this is the section that we are using today. What is it? The section that we are using today is we're going to go and we are going to use this. We are going to personalize this, okay? We are going to personalize this section. When we personalize this section, we are going to utilize faith. We are going to tap into faith like a magnet going on the refrigerator. Let me tell you something. I talk about me. That when my parents planned for us to go to school, she had to plan enough because she's planning for so many children. But what happened, she had to plan strategically of how each child is going to go to school, what they're going to wear, what they're going to eat. She had to plan this thing because there are so many of us. So strategically, we got to get inside of this manual and plan accordingly to our situation, our circumstances, our life, the life that we so deserve. So what we are going to do with this section of this planning, we are going to take apart exactly. If you are new on this channel, if you are new on the show, we have VIPers here. And these VIPers come on in and they put on the screen in the comment section, I spotlighted, they put in the comment section that which we are given called golden nuggets. Yes, indeed. We give golden nuggets over here, right? And when we do, we ask for you to grab them up, use them, put them in your bosom, put them in your bag, put them in your pocket and go with them. And that is what we have. VIPers over here, they put them on the screen. So if you missed what I said, VIPers, put them in the chat. I spot them and like them on the screen. So listen, take a part of the manual and personalize it to yourself. There is a plan for you. utilize faith in your planning, because without faith, forget it. Okay, it is faith that's going to unlock this manual. It is this faith that's going to put us there. So let us go over what we are going to do, because this is the manual and this is where we are going to take this section. Let's go from the bottom of this section. I personally like to see from my end result, right? Because this manual says, I see your future. You got a future, baby. You got a future, darling. So let me tell you something. Strategically, we are going to use it. Strategically, what we are going to do now, we are going to create the future that we desire. So we are going to use this part of this manual, and we are going to come on up in here and we are going to plan. We are going to plan our future. Why? Future is the last word right there. We are going to go read backwards. I have like a 360 dimension. So if you see me doing something like the back coming to the front, follow me, please follow me. I'm not throwing you off. I am just showing that there are different perception of life, and I perceive life in my future. So I take my future and I bring it here and I operate with my future intention, my future goals, my future expectation, and I work from there. So what is going to happen now? So listen to me. Next, take a part of the manual. That was one. Second part is we're going to take our future and bring it to the front. Use the manual and create your future. And we are going to work from the back to the front of this section. So what we are going to do, yes, indeed. What is the other section? Cheryl, have another section. So Jesus said, for which of you desiring to build a tower does not first sit down and count the cost, whether he has enough to complete it? Voila. So if you are planning to do something, you cannot start, hey, get up and it's done. You got to count the cost. Be strategic in your goal. Be strategic in your goal. When you're strategic in your goal, you will see that your future is brighter. So what we're going to do, we are going to see our future and we are going to work it just like in this manner. Follow what I'm going to do right now as we are drawing close. Oh my goodness, you know, look, y'all get me excited because now I have to take up my fan. I haven't used my fan in a long time. So what is going to happen? We are going to use this section. And please follow me. We are going to do something strategically. Oops. Strategically. Oh, no, not this way. This way. Strategically, we are going to work something today. We're going to create our personal planner future. We are planning our future. We're going to have hope for the future. We're going to go around this. And we're going to say that we are going to prosper because we have hope for our future. And then we are going to go back over here and say, because God says so. Anybody with me? Oh, everybody with me? If you're with me, say yes, you are with me. So let's do this one more time. We are planning our future. We have hope for our future. Why? Because nothing, God said, I will not harm you, right? So there's no harm when we put God in it. And the plan is for us to prosper. When we prosper, do not forget God. God is first place. He must be placed first place and remain in first place. Do not put God in first place and take him out. Keep God in first place. And as we can see right here, when we do that, we are going to take this other section as the sugar coat of what we just did. Do not plan without this section. This is a sugar coat. It's like a little sprinkler. For which of you, anybody planning their future, and you're planning to build a tower future, and you're not counting the cost. You can't say you're going on vacation and you're not counting the cost of your vacation. You can't say you're having a child and you're not counting the cost of your child. Listen, from the moment you're pregnant, you're supposed to start planning for college. Yeah, okay? So let us take into consideration the cost of what we are planning for. We're planning to get married. We want to know of the cost. You got married? Hello, it was costly. So if you plan to get married, you plan, I want a husband, I want a wife. It's costly. It is costly, right? So follow this, and here we go as we close out today's section. Yes, indeed. So that is your sugar code for today's section. So here we go as we close out today's episode. Take our future and work through our circumstances to achieve our goal. That is where we close tonight, as the real planner manual stands as the Bible. Do not forget it. Do not leave it out. It remains the most read book ever of all time. All inspiration comes from the Bible, believe it or not. So I want to thank each and every one of you who showed up here today. I want to tell you that be in good health. Take care of yourself so your future can be prosperous. We working from our future. See your future bright and prosper us, and be in good health as we close out this episode. Don't forget, the the real planner manual is the Bible. Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of the Question Live Show with your host, the one and only me, Verona Willis-Brown.